All right, what's going on, everybody? Day 5 of Sandbox mode, and I'm just cooking up some nourishment for the day. We got some tea going, and we got some meat going. I still got bread. We got plenty of bread, so we're just cooking up some food and drink. Keep us going for the day. And we got some things I want to do. So I think the first thing we're going to do today is try to go get us a key card, because I want to get into an abandoned bunker because I have a lot of guns. I have a lot of guns that need fixed up and repaired. So the main goal is to get some weapon cleaning kits so that we can fix up a bunch of guns, get them to the point where we can utilize them and or sell, because we've got a lot to do both, one or the other kind of thing. Oop, nope, we're making tea on this one. Now, I did I did go ahead and get my farming up to advanced. We're a little bit past advanced, and I moved my garden to here. Now that we have farming, you know, now that we have farming at advanced, now we don't need it over there, and we don't need a big garden either. Um, I will go over a couple things about gardening that will help you. I mean, as soon as we get this squared away here, I can make one more tea until I need to refill my water. And I still got two steaks to make. So let me get these steaks cooked up and get my tea finished up. And I'll go over some gardening stuff. Then we're gonna go to try to find a key card. Alright, we've got our food wrapped up for the day. This should be more than enough for the day. Especially with the tea, the meat, the bread. That's plenty. This is if you manage this, this is at least 2 days worth of food. So we're more than happy here. I am going to go ahead and stick it in my car. I am good on protein and carbs at the moment. Vitamins are a little down, so I need to work on that. But the meat will probably help a lot with this. So I think I will go ahead and eat one of these steaks for now. And I'll go ahead and put the rest of this in here. I do have a tea to drink. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and get my dump box. I'm gonna go ahead and get my dump box over here. I don't think we need anything out of here to take to the trader. Yeah, we should be good. We are gonna go to the trader today and see about some quests. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna use. Let me just go ahead and put this lock on. I'm gonna go ahead and use the chest as a refrigerator to keep this food good, and it's going to go right into the car. And we are going to drink our tea as well. Hopefully that helps with our vitamins. You could always look and see what we got here as far as vitamins go. I do have one piece of bread left. I thought I was out. I'll keep that one on me. I'll probably use it here in a minute. Alright, and did I eat the... No, I think I just put the meat away. Yeah, I put the meat away. I didn't even need it. Actually, let's just put it in here. Keep it good. We'll put that in there as well. In the Rager you go. I'm plenty on water anyway, so I don't really need too much tea at the moment. That one tea that we just drank is 250, almost 300 milliliters of water intake, so we're going to have to pee in a minute anyway. We eat this meat. This should get our vitamins going, I'm going to assume. Yeah, vitamins aren't doing too great. We'll get that sorted. I'm not too overly concerned with it. But anyway, let's talk about farming for a minute. Your garden. So, as you can see, I have not watered this plant, this plot yet. So one thing about gardening is picking where you want to base. So I prefer to live in the greenish area. As you can see on the map, you are separated by the snow right here. Anything between, anything outside of the snow and then this rocky looking area here is what I call the green area. So if you're in the rocky-ish looking area of the map, you're pretty much in what I call desert, and you don't get a lot of rain. It does rain, but you don't get a lot of rain, and it's hard to grow crops in this area. It's hard to grow crops in the snow as well. So anywhere in the greenish area where you're not kind of in the rocky area and you're not in the white snowy area is pretty easy to grow crops. If you live down in the rocky area, the deserty area, from what I've tested, you can use salt water to water your garden and it not be affected by anything. That was about, let's say, 4 weeks ago of this video, and it wasn't an issue. But what's going to happen where we are here is the rain is actually going to keep this garden for the most part watered. It won't be 100% all the time, but it will water itself for the most part. Now, when let me grab a little bit of seeds here, which I should have some potatoes. Right there's a cherry tree. We'll go ahead and plant that. There's an onion. We can steal the seeds out of that. Collect seeds. I did have potatoes right there. And do I have anything else? I got a garlic. We can plant some garlic. I'll steal the seeds out of that. What else we have? Yeah, looks like it for now. That's more than plenty anyway, for the time being. So the bad part about planting a garden in Sandbox is it does take a very long time for your crops to grow because it's not growing while you're offline. When you log out of Sandbox, it basically stops until you come back. Now, the upside of that is if you plant your seeds, plant your garden, get your crops going and stuff like that, use the fertilizer to grow them quickly. The good part about it is when they are grown, it actually stops the decaying of your garden as well. So that's the other good part about it. So while you log off, your crops live longer essentially versus living on a online server. From what I've seen, anything that is a plant, like a plant base, it will last. It has a life cycle from when you plant the seed till it dies of about 7 days, and that is on a online server. So from the minute you plant the seed to the day it dies, you have a 7 day cycle. So what happens there in between that is kind of up to you, depending on how fast or how much you manage it and stuff like that. So I'm just as I'm talking here, I'm kind of planting some stuff. I got some onions going at the minute. I'll do the garlic next. And one of the reasons I really feel like they need to fix gardening a little bit because it takes way too long to plant a seed. I mean, realistically, it's poke your finger in the ground, put the seed in it, cover the hole up, and then that's done. I mean, we're taking. I mean, I could plant 10 seeds at the time that it's doing this, and realistically, so I feel like seed planting needs to be a little bit long, a little bit quicker, a lot quicker actually. Um, Now planting, the way I plant a garden is depending on what I like to cook. So if I like to cook cabbage rolls, for example, I'll go and look at cabbage rolls and see everything that I need for that, and that's the stuff that I will plant. If I want something that's going to be quick, like corn and potatoes that have, they have a lot of carbs for what you get, You know, that's kind of I'm gonna make some grilled veggies kind of thing. That way I have, you know, the carbs and the vitamins from it. Then that's what I'll do. But most of the time when you're doing grilled veggies, you're going to be eating a lot of water essentially. So you could essentially just use the plants or like grilled veggies. You can like just make a bunch of grilled veggies and then use them as carbs and water instead of drinking water. Uh, from my experience, potatoes are the easiest to grow out of everything. If you grow garlic, you basically have antibiotics on hand all the time. So that's a good part about growing garlic. And then the rest of it is kind of whatever your personal preference is. For me, I always like doing my favorite foods were bread, the jambalaya, the cabbage rolls, and then after that, it's really just grilled veggies, grilled mushrooms, and meat. And then I utilize them in different ways. To For the most part, if you can just stick with bread and meat, and you will be good. Now, here's the thing: I just planted these, and as you can see, it says seeding. Now there is, I believe, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've actually planted and monitored any gardening techniques. There's three life cycles. You have seeding, vegetating, or and flowering, I think it is. And in those three cycles, you can put fertilizer on each one. I don't think I grabbed any fertilizer just yet, so we're kind of out of the loop on that one. Yeah, I haven't grabbed any fertilizer yet. But what I am going to do is go ahead and get some water to water those spots that I just planted seeds. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that whenever your cycle ends, so like seeding, when seeding's done and it moves on to the next one, I can't remember if it's vegetating or whatever it is. When it's done, you need to be ready to put some more fertilizer on it in order to make them grow as fast as possible. And from what I've experienced, each cycle is about 4 in-game hours. Well, no, 4 IRL hours, I should say. So every 4 hours, it goes through a different cycle, unless it's a tree. If it is a tree, then you have 2 weeks of a cycle. So from the minute you plant a tree to the day it dies is about 2 weeks, 14 days. So the trees do last longer, but they also take longer to grow. And it's hard to explain all this without like showing you all the cycles. So hopefully you're understanding it. If you got any questions, just make sure you comment. Make sure you comment in a question, and I'll try to answer it the best as possible. But as far as everything goes, make your garden, water your garden, plant your seeds, and then from the minute you plant your seed as a as a vegetable or a crop, I should say. If it's a crop, the minute you plant your seed to the day it dies is 7 days, 7 IRL days. If you plant a tree, it's 14 days IRL time, and that's what you need to know. What you do in between there is kind of up to you maintaining it. Now, there will you will grow weeds, and you can get rid of the weeds by, finding uh, I think it's called weed remover. I can't remember what it's called exactly. Weed repellent, I think it is. You can get rid of the weeds easily with that, or you can just log in once a day and pull all your weeds out of the garden. But if you're in sandbox mode, it won't matter. It's not going to be as devastating as if you were on an online server. If you're on an online server, the weeds will kill your crops, your vegetables, your stuff you're trying to grow. So you have to be careful with that. But as far as sandbox goes, as long as you're logging in and kind of pulling the weeds, every couple of days, IRL days in game, or not IRL days, in game days, you're gonna be fine. So, like I said, it's hard to explain all this without going through the cycles. But plant the seed, fertilize it. Once it goes through the first cycle, which is seeding, as it says right here, you're going to put some more fertilizer on it, and that's, as you can see at the bottom, it says none. That's fertilizer. So there's no fertilizer in this at all. So without fertilizer, this is going to take maybe 8 hours to grow, like 8 IRL hours to grow. So you're talking, you know, basically two in-game days to get this to grow. And that takes a while to go through the first. That takes a while to go through the first um, cycle in order to get to the next cycle. And if you don't monitor this stuff, and you don't like be on it to get them to grow, you know, continuously putting fertilizer on it, watering it, make sure you're pulling the weeds and stuff like that to make them healthy. They also have insect repellent and stuff like that. You can get and watch, and it will tell you what, if you're holding your focus mode, you can open this up and it will tell you exactly what's going on. So like at the top, it says onion seeding. It tells you how much sun it's getting. It tells you how much water it has. And then it tells you if it has fertilizer. And then after that, if there's anything wrong with it, like weeds present, you know, it'll tell you there's weed presence. Or if there's insects in it, it'll tell you insects. Or if there's some kind of like mold or something in it, it'll tell you if it's mold, and you'll have to go get some disinfectant for, I don't remember what all the fertilizers and stuff were called that they have in the game. I know you got the weed repellent and the insect repellent, and then there's something else, but you'll have to go find those things or buy them and then maintain the garden that way. In my experience, as long as you're in the green area that is here, the rain will water it for the most part. The rain will keep it watered. You can keep it watered all the way up if you want. Like as you can see right here, I have this one at half. I'm going to leave it at half because I'm not worried about it. The rain it'll eventually rain and fill it up some more, or at least keep it topped off. This one is basically full 4,700, 4,700, 4,500, 4,100. That one could use a little bit more. It's only at 1,300, and this one's at 4,300. 4,700 is basically the max that you could put in there. So I filled this one all the way up with water. And as soon as it rains, it will fill the rest of these up. But it probably won't fill them up, but it'll do enough to keep them going, to keep them alive. And as long as you're monitoring it, you'll be good. Like I said, go get you some fertilizer, which actually we could probably go right down the street here to get us some fertilizer. Which, you know what? Let's just take the bike and go see if we can do that. I'm gonna throw the fuel canister in here for now, just in case we need it for watering. And we'll go down the street and see if we can get us some fertilizer from this little farmhouse that's over here. I'll just put these seeds right here. They don't need to go in the food box. They're not going to go bad anytime soon. But let me cruise down. Let me cruise down just right down here and see if we can get some fertilizer out of this little farmhouse. Oh, look at a puppet. I need to get my archery up, so. Need to work on my archery, especially since we're going into the abandoned bunker today. Oh, look at this. We've got a dirt bike. It needs a body and a wheel, but it has the engine, so we're good here. We have the wheel. We just need to go get a body. There's another carbon hunter. You could keep these feathers and make good arrows. Like I tend not to worry about collecting the feathers. They take a while to collect. There's some cucumbers, which actually we can use that in a recipe. Cucumbers. And let's see. Let's go up top here and see if there's any fertilizer up top. Got some boots. Some more oh, that's cantaloupe. Cucumbers and cantaloupe. Cantaloupe's actually really good. I like using the cantaloupe for after the radiation zone kind of thing. There's a needle in a haystack. Quest item. Another needle in a haystack. What do you think of that? Look at all these tractor parts. Another needle in a haystack. Getting lucky today. Some nails. There's some cannabis seeds. You could use that for exhaustion. There's a hammer. That's also a question, or not a hammer. It's a adjustable wrench, but I use it as a hammer. Doesn't look like we're going to get any fertilizer here. But anyway, if you want, you could collect all these feathers and make good arrows, steel tipped arrows, metal tipped arrows, however you want to call them. And they'll actually do really good in the bunker. But there's lots of places you can find feathers. At this point, I typically go and just buy arrows by the time we hit this point in the game. Because in my opinion, I'm still using the wooden arrows to level up, because if you use the wooden arrows to level up, you level up your archery faster. And the only time I really want better arrows most of the time is for razors in the bunker. Now, I will say that if you make some stone-tipped or metal arrows, they will do better against NPCs than your standard wood arrows. But at the same time, like I said, you gotta find these feathers and make them. And you need one feather per arrow, and as you can see, we got a decent amount of feathers here. But sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes it's a little bit more of a pain to find the arrows that you want. Well, we didn't find any fertilizer here, so I think what I'll do is buy some since we're going to the trader anyway, and we'll see what happens from there. I'm gonna head back to base and get squared away for the day. All right. Well, we didn't get the fertilizer that we wanted, but we did get a couple toolboxes, and I do need to fix my armor. And I'll throw the rest of these in here. Throw this into the armory box. Maybe? Nope. Armory box is full, which is one of the reasons why I need to get some weapon repair kits today, because we need to empty out this box. Being that I have doubles like this, I could break down the doubles and fix guns up as we go there, which I have two 100% ones now. Plus we have this, so we could utilize this one to fix it. But being that we have doubles, we could use the doubles to fix things up. These AK-74s, I'm probably just going to save one, because I want to collect all the guns, and the rest of these are going to be used for quests. These are quest items. These I want to fix up. These are big money. These are like $4,000 to $5,000 each. So those are really good money. I'm gonna put these feathers in my general box, as long with putting the seeds in here. So you can grow cannabis, and you can make rolled tobacco, a joint, and a spliff. These will help you with exhaustion as well. So you could make some of this stuff and help you with exhaustion if you choose to. I typically don't. Typically don't use alcohol. Don't use the tobacco or the marijuana. And we'll put these in here in a quest box. We'll go ahead and put the quest box in the car with our dump box. It should be in here. Yep. Okay. So, like I said, it's really hard to explain the garden stuff, but the main thing you should know is trees. Anything that's a tree is going to have a 14-day cycle from the minute you plant the seed to the minute it dies. It's going to be 14 days. Crops, doesn't matter if it's fruit or vegetables, from the day you plant it to the day it dies is a 7-day cycle. And then you have 3 cycles that you can put fertilizer in each plant or tree in order to help it grow. And you need to make sure when one cycle ends, you put fertilizer in it. That way it'll help you get to a fully grown crop or tree as quick as possible. And Also, if there's fertilizer in it, it would also help you with the production of how much it produces as well. So if you have, let's say if I put fertilizer in this one and there's fertilizer in it when I go to search it for the crop or the onion, and there's no fertilizer in this one has a better chance of giving me more onions than this one would be if I didn't put any in. So the fertilizer is going to help you maximize that 7-day or 14-day cycle. It's going to help you produce more um, vegetables or fruits or whatever you're growing. And other than that, I typically only grow the things I need to cook. Other than that, I really don't grow anything. So, like I said, my go-tos is which you can't really grow anything for the bread, but my go-tos is bread, meat, which you get from the animals, obviously, and then from there I grow corn or potatoes for carbs and water, and I'll do grilled veggies for that, and then some of the other ones I like to cook is um, the cabbage rolls and the jambalaya. Those are kind of just my personal favorites. I'm sure there's some that are better than that, but for me, I liked using those, and they seem to do really well. So that was what I like to do. You can experiment and find your own. I personally, if you don't care about cooking or anything like that, you can just do the meat and the bread, and you'll be more than fine. You don't really have to worry about anything. You could always take the vitamins in order to keep your vitamins up, which we're low. We could probably get some vitamins out of our box, to be honest. Let's see what we got in here. And no vitamins, no vitamins, no vitamins. Doesn't look like we have any vitamins in here, but it'll be okay. I'm not too overly concerned with it. Let's see. In the dump box, we've got our food and we got some armor. So what I am going to do when we go into the abandoned bunker today, which we are going to go into no matter what, I am going to swap over to tack armor and a K6 helmet. These are going to be the best armor to go in there with. I am going to go to the trader and see what we can do for quest, and I'm going to get some better arrows. I would prefer, now you don't have to, but I would prefer that I go into the abandoned bunker with medium archery. The bow is going to be one of my primary weapons inside of the a bunker, so medium archery is something that I prefer to have, but if we don't, we'll make it work. We'll just have to take our time and be a little bit more careful about what we're doing in there. The other thing is stealth. You do not need stealth to go in there, but it is preferred to go and have stealth. It is going to make your life a little bit easier in there with stealth, because once you start running around, um, you can sneak everywhere, but the minute a razor spawns and you start moving around because you're trying to dodge the razor or do anything like that, it's going to cause a lot of noise if you're not familiar with how to walk around with the while killing the razors. So, with that being said, I am going to utilize the shotgun and I'm going to utilize the handgun while we're in there. I did bring this suppressor for when our suppressor on there is junk. I do have I do have I have two Glocks, so I could break one of these down, but these are quest items as well. So I want to keep one because I only have two at the moment, and I want to also take and put one in a quest box. I do have Glock mags, and I have a 45 suppressor. So realistically, I also have UMP. I also have UMP mags and ammo for both the UMP and the Glock block, whatever you want to call it. So I do have everything, but I want to fix these up and I want to keep one for a quest. And I'm just going to put a little bit more challenge to me. So we're just going to use this 9mm with the improvised suppressor since we have it. The shotgun is going to be more than perfect with the suppressor. So we're not in a bad spot. We're not in a bad position. I want to get some weapon repair kits to fix all this, so that's what we're going to work on. What we're going to do is we are going to go into town. We're going to check the police station and see if we can get a key card out of there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to head towards B4 Trader, but we're also going to check this police station in this town as well to see if we can get a key card for an abandoned bunker. Either way, because I would like to go into the abandoned bunker with a key card, especially since I have the screwdrivers to go in and do a kill box as well. Now, if we do not get a key card, we're just going to go down to A3. By default settings, the A3 bunker should be open because some reason they made a change to the bunkers to allow more to be open at once now. So we're going to do one or the other. I'm going to go, the other reason why I want to stop by these towns first is because I want to continue working on my archery. So if I can get my archery to medium before we go in there, that'd be great. I do have my quad wheels here. So we can put the quad wheels on. I know actually we can drive the quad out of that garage. We could probably just drive the quad back to the base at that point, but we'll see what happens when we get there. But I have the quad wheels. I should have everything I need for the day, food, water, all that good stuff. And yeah, let's go to town and see if we can get a key card. All right, let's stop here and put our wheels on. One, two, and a jack. And let me go ahead. Oh, PCs. NPCs already. And we did get some shotgun shells. We don't need those though. They're pretty crap. We're gonna go into the police station anyway. Let's see. Any more NPCs here? Doesn't appear. Some 9mm for us. We'll use that. Okay. Shut this door. So we have 3 wheels. We only need 3 wheels to drive this thing. There's 1, 2, and 3. Take this off. Does have a battery. Let's go ahead. Let's see if we can get this out of the town. Hopefully it'll start, maybe. Maybe it'll start. We get it going downhill. As long as it's got the battery in it, you can do some push start stuff. So once we get it running, we might actually just take it right back to base. We got to get it up to 18 kilometers an hour. And it should do that once we hit this hill. There we go. Should do it right here. Maybe. Just trying to get a little faster. Yeah, we'll just park it up here since it's not in town. We'll get a battery charger going. We'll get a fresh battery going, and then we'll get this thing jumped. At least it's not in town anymore. That way we can add the other wheel to it at some point. And we moved it. We moved it to reset the 10-day or 7-day cycle, whatever it is for vehicles. At least it won't despawn now. Let me get some screwdrivers. We'll go up to the police station real quick. Put this away. Yep. Not this one, this one. We have... let's just use this screwdriver here. Get rid of these crappy ones. Actually, let's take these one use. One use, that's 6, 7, 8. That should be more than enough. I might have to get some more. No, I don't need no more. I just need to make some more. Let me make some bobby pins real quick. Alright. Pick up the rest of these. And actually, I don't need this one. We'll put that in there. And I'm going to head up to the police station, see what we can get here. Okay. We can lockpick. There's a Mag 10. Look at these mags here too. Take that bottle of water as well. And there's a key card. C1 bunker. So that is not a some ammo. I'm gonna drop it on the ground and then double click it so it fills up my stack. C1 bunker is a secret bunker. That is not what we're looking for. There's another magazine and an SF9. There's another M9 and some more 9mm, 2 rounds. I'm not going to pick up 2 rounds. Be alright. I will pick up bobby pins. Actually, we will pick up those 2 rounds now. There's some more shotgun shells for us. Rubber gloves. We'll be alright. See what else we get here. .44 ammo, water bottle, good water bottle. I like saving those 2 liters for cooking. Fill them up with water, and then they make life a little easier with cooking. There's a lock. There's some junk 9mm. I'm not gonna take it. There's a good cell phone. How's our cell phone? 99%. We're all right. Good pick. 44. Another block mag. I didn't want to use the good pick. How it prioritizes it sometimes. I'll put it over here for now. Hopefully I remember to pick it up. There's a 357 and a Desert Eagle mag. Another key card, D0. That's a kill box. Another M9. Okay. Nothing special as of yet. Another block mag. Another key card, A3. Holy crap. I'm getting super lucky with some key cards right now. And another M9 and a MP5 mag. So, well, we got some key cards, but they weren't the ones I wanted. I'm not sure what's going on with these default settings. I made sure to hit the restart for default settings before I started this, but the amount of stuff you get with these default settings with just a default restart is kind of odd. Because I don't know. I'm gonna have to go play an official server, I think, and see how it feels in there. If it feels the same or what. But for some reason, these default settings that when you just hit restart the default, they seem awfully overpowered. Like the nighttime is not dark. The loot we're getting is crazy. Like I don't think I've ever pulled 3 key cards out of a police station. These guns we're getting is pretty good. Maybe we'll do the next sandbox in an official server. Of course, then again, I got to worry about people griefing when it comes to that. So maybe not. We'll see what happens. Let me throw these in here. I do have a bunch of SF9 mags now. I could technically, and M9s. I've got a lot of M9s now. Don't even have to worry about it. We'll throw the shotgun in there as well. And then we got 3 key cards. We've got 1 standard bunker and then 2. Actually, no, A3. A3 is our okay, good. We did get a abandoned bunker key card. Okay. Well, we're gonna skip this town then, go straight to the trader and get a couple things. I want to see about quest anyway. So A3 is an abandoned bunker. I was thinking A4 is what the key card we got. Okay, so we did get an abandoned bunker key card. So lots of things on the agenda today now. All right, let's throw this in here. We've got all of our stuff. Let's put this back at the bottom. We do got gloves. Do we have cutters? We do have cutters. I need to fix them though, which isn't hard. I just need a toolbox. Yeah, we got everything. Let's go to the trader. I'm gonna grab some good arrows. Check out quest, and then we're gonna go to an abandoned bunker.
No loitering. You either buy or get lost.
Buy or get lost. He's always so mean to me. Alright, so we have $24,000. Let's go ahead and fix up our ride. A lot of this stuff probably isn't going to cost anything. Yeah, $0, $6, $62, $18. Scum bucks, I should say. Fix our headlight. $100. Okay. That's good there. These key cards here aren't worth anything. These are the ones we want. I want to put this one here, and these ones can go here. We'll do those at some point. I don't have to do these today. So the key cards, they have 23 hours on them, but this time stops when you log out of Sandbox. In a normal server, like a community server, official server, these will continue to tick because they're persistent. But because your Sandbox is not persistent, it stops when you log out. Then you don't have to worry about them. But in a persistent server, these will continue ticking. So realistically, we're going to play for about 4 hours today. It's only going to take 4 hours off of these cards, and we'll have, you know, essentially 3 or 4 more sessions before we have to use these. So no biggie there. No biggie there. Let's go see what quest we have. Service, 97%. I'm not going to waste a box on it for now. I am going to see if these can be sold yet. They probably cannot still.
Welcome, stranger.
Nope, still $0. So these expired cards are no good. Some community servers you can sell expired cards. Let's see what kind of quest we have here.
All good here, friend. Welcome,
Okay.
welcome.
So I still have
Feel
3
free to
hours.
browse around.
I still have 3 hours to be able to do any quest here, and I believe, if I remember correctly, I did quest at all of these. So all of them are going to have a
Make sure to stop by again.
time frame before we can do quest here again, because we did all the quest here the one time. What do I need?
Good, friend.
I don't think I need
Welcome.
anything from you,
Feel
buddy.
free to browse around.
I don't think I need anything from you. I got 182 fame. Should be able to buy, I need my card. Should be able to buy some good arrows.
No loitering. You either buy or get lost. Yeah, yeah. See you later.
What's up? If you're trying to rob the place, I guarantee you.
Now, it doesn't matter if you buy carbon or broadhead arrows. For what we're going to do, they operate the same. You do get a little bit more damage on the carbon broadheads, but I think the most noticeable point is if you would use them on players. So for what we're going to do, we're just going to buy 24 metal broadhead arrows. They're going to perform exactly the same for what we're going to use them for, and that's all we need. I don't think we need anything else from this guy. Although we can start buying a bunch of stuff now. I can buy ammo. Our fame is high enough to where we can buy a lot of different things. We can buy armor. I might sell. You know what? That's something we're gonna do. We've got a lot of armor. We're just gonna sell some of this armor we have because we don't need it. We don't need it. We'll keep a. And I'm gonna go ahead and stick my hot clothes down here because we're gonna be hot for the rest of the day. Good arrows I'll stick down here for a minute. And these gloves, just stick these gloves right here, along with our bobby pins. Stick these down here. Dump box, and I'll keep these. Okay, so move this real quick. I need my card so I can go put the money right into the bank. And these helmets we do not need. I will keep the K6 helmets. We got one armor. And actually, I think I'll keep that one armor. 2 is 1, 1 is none. So we got an extra set there. I definitely don't need these. I hate these bows. Get rid of these. I could fix them first. Use a toolbox to fix them. Which actually I think we did find. No, we don't have them. Okay. We'll get rid of these. I do not like using these compound bows. Personal preference kind of thing.
Very well.
Welcome, stranger. That thing registered?
I could fix some of the
Shit,
stuff to maximize
nobody
money,
cares.
but I really don't care about money. The guns I will maximize, and that's one of the reasons why. What happened here? Why didn't it sell this one?
Guns come unloaded.
One of the reasons why I don't care
Security
about money
reasons.
is we've got a lot of guns to
Obviously.
sell as well. So we'll be okay. All right. I am going to grab a little bit of scrap while we're here. Always got to be kind of getting some scrap. Scrap is life in this game. You can use it for everything. So I always try to pick up at least a little bit. Especially at the trader. Trader's safe and easy, no problems. That's a quest item there, a good one as well. Twenty uses is good enough. I want to make cabinets as well, so that's one of the reasons why I want to
You
grab
either
this.
buy or get lost.
Just going to double click it, drop it on the ground. And just drag it into the box. All right, so let's get prepped up for this bunker. We're going tack armor. We're going K6 helmet. We'll put this stuff back up here. We do have shotgun shells. The arrows are going in here. Actually, you know what? These arrows can go on the ground. We're pretty much not even going to use them anymore. I'm going to put the shotgun ammo and my pistol ammo in there, along with my mags. Actually, let's rotate this a little bit. I do want to leave a spot open in case. Well, I like to try to keep my mags in this pouch, so when I reload, I like them to come back into here. Even though, if I reload my pistol, where is my pistol? The pistol is gone, so I must have put it in the box. Must be this one here. If I reload my pistol, the first mag is not going to go into the pouch because I logged off with it in my bag. So you have to, maybe one day they'll make it prioritize spots for things, but till then we got to deal with it like this. The flashbangs are useful against NPCs along with gas grenades, so I'm going to keep that. This can go in here. Actually, no, it can go into the quest box. Okay. We got our key card. I'm going to prep up some more picks. Actually, we're going to use these picks. I think we're just going to do the kill box. I don't think we're going to do Brenner's Lockers today. I'm going to prioritize the things that I need in the bunker. That way I'm not making 10 trips. So we have and you know what? I forgot that pick at the police station. I knew I would. It's okay. We'll find more. It's not that big a deal for me. Let's go to the bunker. Okay. So let's go over a couple things before we go into this bunker. I personally have been into an abandoned bunker where I basically found a screwdriver, I made a bow, made some arrows, and I went in and looted the rest of the stuff. There have been a couple streams where I have done that. You obviously have to, I don't remember which ones, so you have to go back and find them if you ever want to see them. But some things that I think are super important to take into an abandoned bunker is armor, good arrows, and a bow. And as far as weapons goes, that's probably the primary stuff. A pistol with a suppressor is probably going to be awesome. We luckily have a shotgun with a suppressor. A rifle with a suppressor will be good too, but I would not recommend using too much rifles in there. A shot or two will be fine, but once you start getting into 3 or 4 shots, then things start getting hectic. I would definitely recommend having some stealth if you're a newer player, medium stealth preferably, and I would also prefer you having some kind of thievery. So if I was going to go into a abandoned bunker as a new player, I probably wouldn't come in until I got my medium thievery unlocked. If you took my build, let's say you went with 4.5 and 1.5 to start, that way you'll have medium thievery when you hit 2 dexterity. I probably wouldn't come in here with less than medium thievery, because thievery with the hacking and the lockpicking and stuff that's in here is going to be important if you're not very good at it, or if it's your first time, one or the other. So stealth and thievery are going to be super important in here, along with archery. I would prefer to come in here with medium archery, but we can make it work. The 35-pound bow is going to be fine for what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to take my time and go through as much as possible with it, but to be honest, this video would turn into a 6-hour, 7-hour video if I try to go over every little detail in the bunker. I am going to try to prioritize the things that I want today, which is going to be weapon repair kits and memory modules. So I want to do the memory module, and I want the weapon repair kits, and I want some toolboxes and stuff like that. We could do Brenner's Armory, but with the way we're collecting guns, I think we'll be okay for the minute, especially since we're going to go in here and do a kill box at one point or another anyway. So I'm probably only going to do 2 trips in and out. The big problem that we're going to have is we do not have an automatic. Now, the reason why I say we don't have an automatic and it's going to be a big problem is because if you fail a hack or a keypad in here, you have the potential to spawn a dropship, and the dropship will drop a mech outside of the building. Now, if I was to fail the first 2 doors, because being that it's daytime and these bunker is going to be unlocked, well, not unlocked, but open, if I did not have a key card, I would have to hack the first 2 doors, which becomes a real problem if you don't have an automatic, because if you fail the hack and the dropship comes and drops a mech off, well, then you'll probably have to just leave and come back in order to get that mech and the dropship to despawn, because I don't feel you're going to be able to do it with a shotgun very well. It could probably be done, but it's probably not going to be very easy. So because we have the key card, we don't have to hack the first 2 doors and stir up the bunker and potentially spawn the dropship or a mech, which is the next thing. If we fail the keypads at all, we are going to stir up the bunker and have more and more razors drop inside the bunker, and Brenner is going to get riled up and come up to whatever door you failed the hack on. So we have some bandages. I do not need my card. I do have the proper key card for the bunker, which is good. We're not going to take any screwdrivers in this round because, like I said, I want weapon repair kits and toolboxes and stuff like that. So we're just going to go in with what we have here. I am going to try to grab some meds while we're in here as well. And yeah, should be interesting to see how we do it. So let's just take what we have and we'll get up here and see what happens. Fix up my stuff before we go in. We will get sewing kits and stuff as well. Now, I just want to check default settings real quick. I'm going to drop the key card on the ground here. Okay, so yeah, the bunker is open. We're missing a screwdriver to hack it. So you need a screwdriver to hack the door. I will show you this in a later video. This won't be the last bunker we do. So I will show you in another video how to hack this door. It can be tough sometimes, but because we got a key card, we don't need to hack the door. Now, since this is Sandbox or a PvE server, you could look at it in 2 different ways. I am going to leave these doors open. If I was in a PvP server, I would shut these doors and force people to come into them. I am going to stay crouched and just listen to the bunker. So let me get to this corner here. Now what I want you to do on this next part, I'm going to go from here down to the door, okay? And I want you to listen to the bunker as it starts making louder and louder noises, like a humming noise almost, and it gets louder and louder as we go. That is an indicator of how much noise you're making in the bunker. So the more you move around, the more you search, the more you drop things. I mean, even dropping things on the ground will trigger the bunker noise. The more you do that, the more noise the bunker will make, which will basically indicate you are getting close to dropping a razor out of the vents, which are these little hatches right here with the caution marks. I would like to have a headlamp. I wish I had a headlamp. But, okay, so from here to the door, I'm not going to make any noise, and I want you to listen to the bunker, okay? Now I'm going to stop, and I want you to listen to the bunker quiet down. Hear how the humming noise kind of quit making noise? And it's kind of the same thing if I search. So I'm going to let the bunker quiet down. And then when I search, you should be able to hear the bunker get louder and louder and louder. And then we're going to basically trigger the first vent. And once the first vent sounds, that means that you're making too much noise, slow down or stop, or a razor is going to drop out of the vent. So you have two stages. The first rattle of the vent is where just a warning. The second rattle is with a baby cry. It means that you're going to get a razor. So listen to the bunker again as I search. And that was the first vent trigger. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Listen, no noise. And then I'm gonna search. Now it went straight to, I searched too much, so it went straight to another, that one was straight to a second one with the baby cry. And he dropped on the other side of this wall by the way it sounds. But I pushed the button too fast and it went right past the second one. It went right past the first one and into the second one. So you just got to kind of listen to the bunker in order to keep everything calmed down. So we're just going to listen to the bunker and continue on our day. Everything in here makes a noise. Opening doors, crouching, searching, picking up stuff, crafting stuff, making bandages, everything you do in here will make a noise. There are some doors that don't make noise, but for the most part all of them will have some kind of noise that triggers everything. You can go through and search things, just kind of search them slowly, search it, give it a 3-second, 5-second count, search another thing. You can do it slow, or when you get the feel of things, you'll know how many things you can search with your stealth. So like I know I can search 3 or 4 things before I'll trigger an event, and before that happens. So I might search 3 things and then stop. Search 3 things, then stop. But let's open this door, see what we got behind here. Now, you have a upper and a lower level to this place. If you're a new player, what I suggest is just coming in here, searching the things that you can see, and until you figure out the lay of the upstairs, and then work your way to the bottom. So we came down the ramp. You can come down here. There's little things you can search here. There's another flash grenade. We'll definitely take that. There's a bedroll. That's a quest item. There's a sight. We don't need it, but we could take it if we needed it. Some shotgun ammo. I'll take that. Another bedroll. There's a bayonet. There's plenty of things in here to find. You just got to kind of listen to the bunker, and then once you're done searching, just let it chill for a minute, and then we can move again. Now, I am going to stay crouched while I'm in here because I want to level up my stealth skill. But typically I would kind of jog around in here and not worry about the noise too much. Hopefully we find some MVGs pretty quick, because I don't want you guys to... If I was thinking about it, I would have bought head torch before coming in here. But I could give you guys some gamma as well. So there's some gamma on your end at least. Some 9mm. I do know that razor spawned over here somewhere, and I hear a puppet somewhere as well. We'll go over here and continue checking. The first thing I want to find in here is fuses, depending on how far you want to go. If you want to go far, like start working on hacking doors and stuff like that, then you're going to want to find fuses. These 200 fuses aren't the greatest, but since it's all we got, we'll make it work. But there's plenty of stuff to search in here. There's a 400. We'll switch it out. And there's another sewing kit. There's a 1000 amp. That's big. That's huge. So we can use that downstairs. I'll go over fuses in a minute. There's an 800. It's big. There's another 200 amp. I'm gonna let it calm down a minute. It's getting a little loud. 200. Another sewing kit. Another sewing kit. I'm gonna let it calm down a minute. Another 1000 amp. Yeah, there's something's weird with these default settings. I don't quite understand why we get so many different things. And if you change some of this stuff, it actually says that you have to restart the server too. So I don't know what the overall settings are with what they have on these vanillas when you restart your settings now, but they sure do act different than a lot of servers I play on. So it could be just that I'm not used to it. There's a revolver. I don't need a revolver in here. Like I said, we're gonna stay focused on what we want. I'm trying to find some MVGs. It's one of the reasons why I'm searching this stuff. It's an AWM mag. It's a pretty decent find. Some binoculars. It's not really worth anything. Okay. So basically these blast doors are locked. There is an office door at the end of the hallway down there that is unlocked, but the generator room to the left side of this hallway is locked, and you have to have a key card. You can get the key cards off of puppets and in the offices or cabinets or filing cabinets and lockers and stuff like that. I'm gonna wait till I open this door for a second just to let the bunker calm down. There is a puppet there, and we have a razor that spawned in here somewhere, so we got to watch for him. He may have despawned by now, but we're gonna walk down to the end of this hallway first. Okay, so here the razor spawned here. This vent is open, and then he went into the bathroom to try to find me. So let's see if he's in here. He's not. So the bathroom is one of your fallback spots here. Brenner cannot come in here, which you'll see Brenner if you make too much, definitely make too much noise. Brenner cannot come in here, and razors cannot spawn in here. They can come through the door, but at least at that point you have basically a fatal funnel for you to work the razors, and you can actually block them at the door as well. That way only one can come through the door at a time. Take care of that puppet, let it calm down. Everything makes a noise in here. A lot of people like to use swords. I prefer not to use the swords because every little movement matters. There's our key card. Okay, so there's the first key card. Now, I do want to note that if you hack the doors, you have to find these key cards. If you come in here with a green key card, a kill box card, you do not need these cards. What I'll probably end up doing is leaving this card somewhere close upstairs, like by the door, or I could run back out and put it in my car. Because what'll happen is if I die with this card on me, then I either have to manually open the doors to get wherever I am, or I need another card. And for you, this card will only spawn once until it's expired. So in 59 minutes and 15 seconds, this card will expire. So if you think about it, if you die in this bunker, you have the potential to lose all your gear while you're waiting for this card to spawn. So let's go down here and continue looking for that razor, which all these doors, this door is open. Let it calm down a minute. Okay, so this door is open and no razor, so he must have despawned. Okay, so this entire hallway, other than this door here, depository, can be open. This one has to be opened with power in the generator room, or you can use a crowbar. Right there it says force open. You can force open this door with a crowbar. But the thing is depending on your strength, it takes a long time to open these doors. And here's a vent right here. So if you're opening this, triggering a bunch of noise and stuff like that, you have the potential to get dropped on as you're pry barring this door. So you got to kind of weigh your options. If you had high strength, 6, 7, 8 strength, then it probably wouldn't be an option. By the time you crowbar the door open, the razor would you would probably be in the door before the razor dropped. So, but all these doors down here are unlocked. You can just come in and search them. I'm gonna let it calm down a minute here. Let it calm down. But the thing you need to know is that these doors do make noise. So if I open and close this door, it's going to make a bunch of noise. Watch. Let it calm down. See that? We actually spawned a razor just by opening that door twice. So he's going to drop out of this vent. Now, as you can see, I killed him as he dropped in the vent. What I did was when he dropped, he exposed his back to me, the little baby head. I can't really show you without light or NVGs. Hopefully we find something. But there's a little baby right here, and it's in his back. And basically, if you shoot that when he drops, he'll die. The other thing is the vent right here. This little vent right here, that's a guaranteed kill shot. If you shoot that vent anytime, the razor dies in one shot. Doesn't matter what you shoot him with. So let's search him. Hopefully we find something for me to make light. So you got clothes in here. I might actually go ahead and take some of this clothing just to cut up in case we need more bandages, because we might run out of bandages in here. There's a jacket. There's some knives. Some shorts and a screwdriver. That's pretty good. More shirts. Okay, so nothing in here. Typically, you can find armor and stuff in here as well. These are sleeping quarters, so you can find like basically clothing and armor and stuff inside these. You do have a couple things you can search here. More clothes. Now these offices, there's an office here. These are typically where you find that initial blue key card. There's the first vent. We'll let it calm down. Okay, we're good. Search this stuff here. There's another screwdriver. Duct tape. I'm gonna let it calm down. Okay. The needle. Let it calm down. There's a lock. All kinds of padlocks in here. Good place to find a yellow screwdriver too. Let it calm down. There's a meat snack. I got an MRE, so we're good to go on that end. I knew I'd find food in here too. That's one of the reasons why I wasn't too concerned about my food when we came in. There's some cereal, some meat snack, walnut. There's a smartphone battery. I'm definitely taking that because if we find some NVGs, I'm going to utilize it. And right there's a 40 screwdriver. So, like I said, you can find screwdrivers here. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to play this smart, and I think I'm going to run out. I don't need this 40 screwdriver. I think I'm going to run out to the car. I'm going to put this key card in the car along with this screwdriver. That way I have access to getting back in here if I die. So like I said, you can search this entire hallway except for the depository. I'm going to go drop this stuff off, and then we will search the depository, see if we can get some modules. The modules, the toolboxes, all that stuff, the weapon cleaning kits, they'll be inside those depositories. So you've got lots of crates out here you can search, and then the sleeping quarters. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 sleeping quarters and an office. You also have 2 bathrooms to search down this F hallway, F block as they call it. So down this hallway and this hallway right here, you can search without even needing power. And then like I said, there's an office down there as well to search. The rest of everything here, you're going to need power to search, unless you crowbar it. Like I said, you can crowbar all this open. All right, let me run out of here, and we'll come back in here in a second. I'm going to trigger a razor there, but we're out of here anyway, so it won't matter. There probably will be a razor spawned in there when we come back, but we'll be okay. I think a puppet seen me. But anyway, like I said, I want to stick this in here. We don't need this stuff while we're down here. Actually, we'll keep these. We'll keep these, and we'll take one of these. Maybe we'll do one of the shitty lockers. Key card. And these amp fuels you get from razors, I'll explain them here in a little while too. Let me just make sure I don't have anything I can make light with. I can't believe I don't have any NVGs at all. I do have NVGs. I wonder where my other pair went. Okay. Turn the gamma off. So we will have NVGs while we're in there. And you know what? Since we're here, I'm just gonna go ahead and eat the good food. The MRE has a lot of fat in it, so I want to eat the good stuff. Let's take this, eat it. Yeah, you gotta take the K6 off. Okay. We've got that in our system. We'll put that here. I will use this 400 amp fuse. The 200 amp fuse is crap. I don't need these. I can leave these out here. I will keep this, and I will keep these in case we need some bandages. So I'm going to keep this and keep these. We do have our scissors, so we can craft those up. Let's put our crate away. We've got our key card in here now. Yep. Okay. Now that's in case we die. Just making some prep. That blue key card will not open the first 2 doors though, so you will need screwdrivers as well. One of the reasons why I stuck that yellow in there. So you need a screwdriver to open these first 2 doors if you're going to hack it. And the higher your thievery is, the longer you get to hack them. So that's one of the reasons why I say thievery is important. So while I'm walking down this hallway, the amp fuels, there's 3 different types. You have level 1 through 3. And what they do is they boost your intelligence temporarily. So if I take a level 1, it's going to go up, my intelligence is going to go up 0.1 or a 1 point of intelligence. So if I take this one that I have, I'm going to go up to 4 intelligence. If I take a level 2, I'm going to go up to 5. If I take a level 3, I'm going to go up to 6. And then if I'm at level 5, which is the max intelligence you can have with modules, then if I take the levels of amp fuels, then I'll go up that level all the way up to 8. It's possible to go up to 8. What I do with them is I will save them. So like this one right here, I'm going to save until I get a better one. So if I get a level 2 or a level 3, then I'm going to drink the level 2 or 3, and then I'm going to start drinking a bunch of these. But what I also do is save them and get a bunch of them before I'll drink it, because then you can compound the amp fuels. So if I drink a level 3 and then 5 of these, it's going to last a lot longer than if I only had 1. So I'm going to compound those as best I can. Actually, I brought MVGs, so let's turn them on. And looks like they opened up the generator room for us. This is typically locked, and you need a key card to get in here, either the blue or green. But you've got your fuse panel right over here, and I'll explain this. So, as you can see, we've got the map here. Let me put my bow away. So we have the map here. This is level 1, as you can see right here, level 1. We have the map of all of our hallways that we can have power, A, B, C, D, F, and G. And then what we have is we have the number of amps that each hallway takes. So when I stick this 200 amp fuse in here that I have, or I'll stick the 400 amp in here. When I stick this 400 amp in here, that means I have 400 amps of availability to turn on cell blocks. So I essentially can turn on A, B, and C. That's 200, 100, and 100. That's 400 amps of fuse. It doesn't matter how many amps you turn on, the fuse still lasts the same, which I'll show you here. So at the bottom here, it's kind of faded out, but you have a card that tells you how long these fuses last. So if you have a 200 amp fuse, it lasts 4 minutes. If you have a 400 amp fuse, it lasts 8 minutes. If you have 600 amp fuse, it lasts 12 minutes, and then so forth and so on. 800, 600, or 800, 16 minutes, 1000, 20 minutes. Okay, so we stuck a 400 amp fuse in there, which means we can turn on 400 amps worth of doors, and then we have 4 minutes to use that fuse. So when 4 minutes is up, we pop, this fuse gets popped, and then the doors behind us shut, and we'll have to manually open the doors, which I'll show you guys eventually. The other thing I'm going to say is that the percentage of the fuse matters. So like you can see here, I have this 1000 amp fuse. The 1000 amp fuse gives us 20 minutes, but because it's only at 85%, it's not going to give us that full 20 minutes. So you need to remember that. Same thing with this 800 and this other 1000 amp fuse. It's only got 81%. So if you take and divide that up, you're basically only going to get 18 minutes with this 1000 amp fuse because it's at 81%. So that's something you need to realize. So let's go ahead and turn on A, B, and C. We have some power in this hallway now. And what that's going to do is allow us to use this key card that we have to open up this door instead of manually have to open it. As you can see, use or hack. So we can hack this door as well. If we have the power on, but no key card, we can hack this door. Preferably having the key card is preferred because, like I said, if you fail this, you're going to get razors spawn in, Brenner's going to come up here, and you're going to cause potential dropship to drop a mech out front. So having the key card is huge. If the power was off here, then you could manually open the door at that point. Hacking the doors is a pain because you have to do a multiplication test kind of thing, and it sucks. Okay, we've got puppets coming. Step back a little bit. I'm going to sit here and not going to move, because the more I move, the more noise I make. So you want to try to do this without moving. That took care of the puppets. Let it calm down, and we'll pick up our stuff. Even picking up arrows out of the puppets and razors that you kill make noise, so you don't want to You don't want to do that. Okay, so the first keypad we have here. Actually, let me make sure I don't have a razor sitting right there, which I do. Okay, so here's our razor. You can get pretty close to these guys. So we're pretty close, and he's not bothered. But what I want to do is I want to aim for the vent on his back. If you shoot him in the head, it's going to take a couple shots. What I want to do is aim for that vent right there. Okay, right there, and that's going to be a one-shot kill. Okay, search him. And it's a good thing I checked for him too, because if I would have triggered this door, I would have had 2, maybe 3 razors on me if I'd have triggered this door by failing it. So it's a good thing we noticed him. So we'll go in here. All right, so the keypad. The more thievery you have, the easier these are to do. You have 3 buttons that are kind of have like indentions on them, and they change, so it's not always 2, 4, or 9. Basically, you have 6 different codes to try, and the better your thievery is, the more time you have to try. So like once you get to advanced thievery, it's possible to hit 4 codes before you run out of time. We'll see how much we have here. But what I like to do is I like to start with the lower numbers and work my way up. So I'm going to go 249. If it's not 249, I'm going to go 294. And then we're going to go to 4s. 429, 492. And then we're going to go to 9s. 942, 924. And at some point, we're going to run out of time. So we're probably going to have to do this twice. But I'm going to start with the lower numbers and work my way up. Okay, so we failed it. Pull the bow out and just sit still. You got a vent there, and you got a vent here. I don't know which ones are going to drop razors, but we're going to be ready. Okay, they both drop razors. I'm going to run into this door. I'm going to shut it behind me. I missed it. I did shut the door. The razor opened it, though. I'm going to grab my bow. And then I'm going to try to stay at this door because only one can get in at a time. Shoot him in the head. He's bugged out. Here we go. Calm down. Just let it calm down. Don't worry about your arrows. Just sit here. Let it calm down. I am bleeding. I got a C2. Just let it calm down. No problem. No problem. Okay. We're looking good. We're looking good. Pick up your arrows. You can start with your bandaging. I'm going to... I only got C2, so we're okay. We're not anything crazy. So see, we had 3 razors to contend with if we wouldn't have killed that one. Okay. And Brenner is on his way up as well. There's 2 more amp fuels for us and our arrows. Brenner is on his way up as well. So you have 2 options. Obviously, I took damage, so the best thing you should probably do is lay down and let this stuff heal, especially since Brenner's on his way. If we're just up here laying down, chilling out, we're gonna be okay. Brenner will come up, check the door, and leave. Just make sure you're not in his sight line. But since I know I only have 1 code left to try, well, I've got 3 codes left to try, and I should be able to get him in here. I know that I believe 492 or 429 is my 1 code, but I'm gonna start with 9s because I didn't try it. So there you go. So this door is open now. I'm gonna come in here, search this stuff. I'm gonna collect 800, 600 fuses. Weapon cleaning kit, what we came for. Another 600, another 800 fuse. And another 800 fuse, 600 fuse, and some pills. We're good. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the generator room. Got that puppet that just seen me, and that puppet spawned in here for some reason as well. And we just spawned another razor by making too much noise. Just sit here. He's gonna drop right here. Okay. We got lucky and nailed him. Now, as you can see, that door is closed now because our fuse ran out. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to get back to the generator room. There's a level 2 amp fuel. So what I could do is take this level 2 and then take all of these level 1s, and it'll last a long time, probably about an hour or two, and we'll just keep leveling up as we go along. I must have picked up my AIRO from him. I was looking for my AIRO. It's the only reason I searched him. Okay, there's that. So Brenner is on his way up, so we got to be careful. These puppets spawned in behind me for some reason. They literally spawned on top of me, which is not a good thing. I do have plenty of fuses now. What I am going to do is I'm going to check my painkillers. Okay, this painkiller is not the greatest. So I'm going to go ahead and take my helmet off, and I'm going to take all these painkillers. This is going to help me if I get hurt any further, make me keep me from limping. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these antibiotics. We're going to get plenty more here in a minute. The antibiotics is going to help me heal faster. So I'm going to come over here, since I'm at 70, where am I at? 78% health. And I'm just going to lay down. I'm going to let my health heal up real quick. Okay, so my other 2 bleeds went into recovery and have healed. This one here is very minor. It's only 2 HP. So I'm going to kind of take my time and let it get into recovery, because once it's in recovery, you can't open it back up. But while running around, moving around, you can open this back up. So we're just going to take our time, crouch around. I'm going to stick a 600 fuse in here. I like to use the 600 amp fuses for level 1. So 600, 800s, and 1000s are the ones that I typically keep. The 200 and 400s are not worth the time, in my opinion. So the 600 amps I use for up top, and then the 800s and the 1000s I use for the second floor. So we have the 600 in, and I'm going to turn on A, B, and C. That's going to give us these 3 hallways here. And we're going to try the next depository now. Now, like I said, because we have no stealth, I want to just take my time. Patience is key in here. If you start shooting or doing a bunch of stuff, moving around, running around, panicking, or anything like that, you're just going to cause more havoc for yourself. So you want to stay calm. You want to kind of, reserve yourself, hold your ground, stay in a position. When you're dealing with razors, if you've got one in front of you that you have to deal with, get as close to him as you can, and then as he starts swinging, kind of step back or step sideways, one or the other. But you need to realize that standing up makes noise. So the more you move around, the more you run around without stealth, the more noise you're going to make in the bunker. It's one of the reasons why I don't like swords, is because moving makes a noise, swinging makes a noise, hitting the razor makes a noise, everything makes a noise. So that's why I like using the bow. Okay. This one we have 1, 4, and 9. So I'm going to start with 1s, then go with 4s, and then 9s. Alright, we failed. See what we get. We're going to get at least 1 razor out of there. I'm going to close my distance, and I still got in the back, so we're good. I'm going to sit here for a minute, let it calm down. Oh, we got another one that jumped behind us. Just sit here for a minute, see where he's at. Brenner's on the move. Just let it calm down. Just let it calm down. Just keep an eye on what we got to do here. Brenner's on his way up. Okay. Let it calm down. Just let it calm down. Okay. So the alarms make noise. So that's why you don't want to start panicking and running around. Now, I know the code. It's going to be 9s or 491. So there you go. Take the energy, the antibiotics, 6 and 800s. Screwdriver, definitely taking that. And there's another MRE, which we got the tuna MRE, we'll be fine. Okay. So here's our next problem. We have Brenner coming up. So we can either chill out, shut this door, and wait for Brenner to come up and check, see what he's doing, or we can move down here and see if we can beat Brenner up the stairs. 'Cause sometimes he doesn't come all the way up. Sounds like we have a razor behind this door as well. Let's open it, see what we got. Okay, no razor, no Brenner. We're gonna try this door. 1, 2, and 6s. So we're gonna start with 1s, go to 2s, then 6s. Alright, we failed it. Now I'm gonna do this one different. The razor's gonna drop here. I'm gonna go behind this door and just sit here and wait. Because what's going to happen is the razor is going to drop from that vent. We should be good everywhere else. It sound like 2 dropped though. 1 may have dropped downstairs. So razors cannot open this door. So one of the reasons we came behind this door is so the razors can't see us. So he's going to drop down, he's going to look for us, and then he's probably going to go away. Brenner is going to come up and only check that depository. And as long as we don't move and we listen for Brenner, we'll be okay. Because Brenner's just going to check that door that we tried to hack and then leave. I don't hear Brenner. He might be stuck downstairs. But we're going to let it calm down a minute here. Just let it chill out. You can hear this razor will leave here in a second. As long as our lights aren't flickering, then we're okay. Once the lights start flickering, that means the fuse is getting ready to run out. So we got to kind of watch that. Alright, doesn't sound like the razor's going to go anywhere. So we're going to go right here. I'm going to stand up. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to open this door and I'm going to look for his head immediately. I want to get at least 1 shot on his head before he notices me. If he's too far away from me, I want to close the distance so he can't jump on me. If you're about 3 to 4 meters by him, he won't jump you. But if you're farther than that, he'll jump on you. So let's see what happens here. There he is. Close the distance. We shot him in the head once. And then we're gonna try to back up as he swings, and then shoot him in the head. We're gonna try to get those headshots. See where it bleeds are. We got a couple C2s. 2 bandages will help. Take care of that. So Brenner sounds like he is stuck. There might be a razor just sitting downstairs that he's stuck on. Alright, we took care of our bleeds. Let's grab our arrows. See about another amp fuel. And we're going to try our fuse again. I'm going to start with 6s and then we're going to go 2, 6, 1. There we go. There's a dial lock. That's good money. It's not really worth anything to us other than that in Sandbox. Good battery. Another MRE. Another fuse. Another screwdriver. Another fuse. Now the alcohol is a good valued item to have in here, because if I cut these up I can make disinfected rags and it'll help a little bit. but not crazy much. Okay, let's make our way to the generator room before the fuse blows. As you can see, it's starting to flicker. So that's 3 hallways, and we've got 2 repair kits. These are what we wanted here. So let me let it calm down a little bit here. And we've got multiple 6 and 800 amp fuses. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some of these 600 amp fuses because I have so many 800s now it won't matter. Actually, I'm going to drop them all. With the amount of 800s and 1000 amp fuses I have, I'll be plenty for now. So those fuses do sell. They are valuable. They're, you know, they're $50, $60, $80 kind of thing. But we don't need to carry a bunch, especially when we have this many. I mean, realistically, we have, these are 16 minutes each, and we've got 6 of them. That's a lot of time. Plus, we're going to find more. But we are doing very well right now. We've got two weapon repair kits, which is what we wanted. So we're doing very, very well right now. Okay, so our fuse is almost done. We're just under a quarter left. Now, when I switch fuses, what I like to do is I like to just turn on all of the fuses, all the switches, to blow this fuse, because if I just detach this fuse, it kind of bugs out and sits by you, or you end up putting it back in and not realizing that you put your bad fuse back in. So what I like to do is just blow the fuse and it's gone, disappears. So we're going to stick another 800 amp fuse in, and now I'm going to turn on A, B, and C again, and we're going to go downstairs to go to the big depositories, because that's what I want to do. I want to go to the big depositories. I do have another depository in here and in here that I could still do and potentially get good memory modules, but I'm here mostly for weapon cleaning kits at this time, and we still have a kill box to do. So you do have armories that you can check. There is the office there that you could check as well, which has gun lockers behind it. So you don't even have to go very far to get to a gun locker, honestly. But these depositories have resources. Anything that says depository is going to give you resources for, you know, screwdrivers, locks, batteries, food. You've got your weapon cleaning kits. You're going to also get memory modules and Geiger counters and metal detectors and stuff like that. All good stuff. All good stuff. But the better ones are down at the bottom, which is where we're going to go. You also have armories up. You have one armory up here, and not including the front office. So let me let the bunker calm down here a minute. These rooms right here, these are like cafeterias. I think that's what it says too, actually. Let's see what it says. It says lounge. It says lounge on it. So you can go in there and find food. Same with that one that was over there where that puppet came through earlier. That's a lounge as well. So you have food and stuff in there that you can get. And then you have an armory right here where you can get guns. You could get guns and stuff in here. Guns, armor. And you still have all this stuff you can search as well. And we're not even like anywhere near the bottom of the bunker yet. But the bottom is where all the good stuff is. So, you know, you can search all this. A lot of this looks destroyed. There's some MVGs. We would have found some eventually. There's an EMP grenade. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that for our mech if we spawn one. Okay. Keep cruising. You also have stuff you can search here. You can find screwdrivers and good fuses, which there's a fuse there. Then in E, you have the control room. Now, I typically won't go in there unless there's a puppet behind that fence that can open these doors for me. Because just like those doors, you have to hack it. And in my opinion, a lot of time it's not worth going in there. So sometimes it's good to go in there, sometimes it's not. You might get a yellow screwdriver, but you might not. Alright. So here's the next thing. We have another fuse panel here. another junction box, I should call it, because you can't stick a fuse in it here. What we have is this junction box can operate the fuse. You can operate the other doors. So from either NA or NC, which you can see right here on the mark, you can operate the doors, okay? So what I'm going to do is I just turned off the fuse to save that fuse in order to go downstairs without having to worry about it. Because like I said, you can't stick a fuse here. So I stuck the fuse in here. I turn the switches on to get to here, and then I turn these off so that I can have a fuse when I come back up, and I don't have to manually open the doors. Because if we pop our fuse while we're downstairs, if we forget to turn this off, then we basically have to manually open the doors. And if Brenner's hot on our tail, we have no hiding spaces up here. We have to go back downstairs and hide in either the generator room or the bathrooms, because there's no doors in this hallway that we can access without power or prying it. So let's let it calm down. So just turn that off. Just turn that off before you go downstairs to save that fuse. Still got more stuff to search. You could potentially find some good stuff. There's body armor. And actually, I think we're going to leave that on the ground in case things horribly go wrong and I need a new set. I need a toolbox, which we'll find. We should find. Some gunpowder. Flare gun. More ammo. This is kind of crap ammo, though. There's a puppet. Okay. Just gonna take our time. Just cruising slowly. Got more stuff you can search here. Industrial type items. Building material, basically. There's a good rubber glove. I'm gonna take that since we're gonna do a kill box here in a little bit. Okay. Okay, that door is open. I'll let it calm down a minute. Got some puppets in here I need to deal with. You don't have to, but it's preferred. He's seen me. I got a razor over there, so I'm not going to make too much noise. I'm just going to let him come to me. Now, being that we are on level 2, I need another key card. So I could either look for a key card or leave it, because if I leave it, then it won't be counting down a timer. So I'll try not to find it, but if I find it, I find it. And I'll just have to make do with it later. But hopefully we don't have to, hopefully we won't need it. If we do need it, we'll just leave it in the generator room in case we die. I'm going to sneak up behind this razor here and get him in his back, right in that spot I told you guys about, right there. Instant kill. Now, this is like a mech assembly room. And the things that you want to search in here, like obviously you could search the toolboxes and stuff like that for screwdrivers, but the main goodies are in these black tarps. They are black tarps. You can't see them very good there, but the main goodies are those black tarps. What you're going to get is tear gas grenades. A lot of tear gas grenades today. BMG and toolboxes. Toolboxes, we want one of those. We can fix our armor if we need to now. We can fix our suppressors. This is like the mech assembly room, so you're gonna get mech loot out of it, kind of thing. Some more tear gas grenades. I don't need any more. And we're overweight now, so we're gonna be moving slow. There's a good pair of cutters. I'll just rotate mine. And as you, I don't know if you guys heard, but when I dropped those, they made more noise in the bunker. So There's another screwdriver. We'll take that. And a BCU lock, which is good money. Not very good for PvE or Sandbox. Not really useful in Sandbox at all, but okay. So now, since we have some of these tear gas grenades, I'm going to put some of these on. Both of these are going to be good for NPCs. And since we ain't really found any good amp fuels yet, I'm going to go ahead and drink all these. And what you're going to see that this is going to go up to 5, my intelligence. Bam. Just like that. I'm going to drink all these so they last longer. And the one of the reasons why I'm going to do it is because I want to continue working on my stealth. So drinking these will help me level up my stealth while I'm down here. And they'll keep going for a while. Should get about an hour out of this. Maybe more. Okay. So you can continue searching in here. You might find some good stuff, but as of right now, we're pretty much done. Pretty much done. There's another screwdriver. Like I said, you can find screwdrivers. Check the bodies. That body's searchable. You can get your key card out there. The mechs are searchable. Puppets searchable. Probably get a key card out there. We're just gonna keep cruising though. Like I said, you don't have to rush down here. When you rush, you get killed. Alright, so down this hallway, I would say, other than the generator room, which is up here to our left, and the bathrooms, which is a hiding spot from Brenner and Razors, you can funnel them into there. The rest of this is all medical bays. This is H. These are H block. We're currently in A block, but the H is all these rooms on the side, and they're all medical stuff. So we could actually go in there and try to find some more bandages, being that we're down to 3. We have the green key card, so we don't need to find the other one to open up the generator room. And we got fuses as well. I think I will go into... I'm going to go ahead and put the 1000 amp in here. That's going to give us some time. And I can turn on all the doors with the 1000 amp. So... we can turn on all the doors down here with the 1000 amp fuse. I'm gonna go across. There's a puppet that just spawned in. I'll let it calm down. Open up the door. And we're gonna search for some bandages. Some scissors. A needle and thread, so we can make a sewing kit if we needed to. Scalpel is a quest item, also good for cutting up clothing. There's a willy warmer. Some vitamins. I'm pretty low on vitamins, so I'm actually going to go ahead and take these. And we got some potassium for radiation poisoning. We don't need it, but it's there if we needed it. Nothing. Some clothing. We can cut it up, make bandages. I would fix it first since we got needle and thread right there. Another willy warmer, more clothes to cut up basically. Another needle and thread. More clothes to cut up. More clothes to cut up. We'll let it calm down. Scissors. There's a bandage. We'll take that. Potassium, we don't need potassium. Painkillers, I'm just going to go ahead and eat them. Make sure we keep our painkillers going so we don't get in trouble. Rubber gloves, these will be good in the kill box here in a little bit. More scissors. Backpack, we can cut that up. Definitely fix it first. So a lot of clothes in here we can cut up to make bandages. I've got enough clothes on me at the moment, so I'm just going to keep cruising. keep leveling up my stealth. We're at 31%, so we should be at basic stealth by the time we leave here, hopefully. Got lots of stuff to search. You can search all this stuff. There's some ammo. There's another backpack we can cut up. Some more ammo. It's a good 1911. But my goal is to get down to the depositories down here. Got more stuff to search right here. Some more ammo. Flares. Flare. Take care of the puppet. Okay. So, this is the good hallway. Okay? What you have is you've got armory, depository. You go down the steps and to the left, there's some blast doors right there. That's Brenner's armory. That's where the good guns are. You can get good, decent guns out of here, but they'll need fixing. I'm gonna try to get my AIRO back from this guy. And there's the key card. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the key card up anyway. You can get good guns out of here, but I would prefer to go down to Brenner to get guns. Alright, let's see what we got. Same thing. This is the good depository. You'll see why here in a second. Okay, we failed that. We didn't get anywhere with it. Same thing with upstairs. I'm going to go here and shut the door. The Razor's going to drop out of that vent. Brenner's going to come up. Now, as long as we're still, Brenner's going to come up, check the door, and leave. I'm just going to keep watching our backs for another Razor. If a Razor comes down this hallway, though, what we're going to do is we're going to book it either to the bathroom or to the generator room, because Brenner is going to hear you and start coming through this door if we move. So as you can hear, he's sitting there checking the door. Now he's leaving. We'll let him get halfway down the hall before we open the door. Okay. The Razor might be here still. Looks like he left as well. Okay. Alright, so I need to do ones. There we go. Now that we're in here, we can make as much noise as we want. So just search. Brenner is the only person that can open that door. There's a gray memory module. I'll take it. We'll take at least one. Beef MRE, we don't need it. Good lockpicks, we'll take it. Good screwdriver, more antibiotics. I meant to leave this toolbox in the generator room. There's some alternator. Sewing kit. Some fuses. Gold lock, that's good money. Screwdrivers. Dial lock, good money. Good fuse. There's the toolbox. I'm gonna go ahead and swap mine out since I messed up. Come in here. There's another alternator's laying there. Some more painkillers, good money. Blue module. Blue module's better than our gray. I'll go over them here in a minute. Another toolbox. 600 fuse, antibiotics, good money. Alternator, screwdriver, weapon repair kit. That's what we're after. Bottle of painkillers, good money. Box painkillers, good money. There's a metal detector, Another screwdriver. Antibiotics, another weapon cleaning kit. That's what we're after. Painkillers, sewing kit, antibiotics, MRE, painkillers, MRE. Check this stuff here. Smartphone battery, I'm taking it. Sharpening stone if you need it. Box of antibiotics, taking those. Syringe. Syringe is a quest item, and we could use it to get Brenner's tears, but we need something big to take him with. So get 800 amp fuse, electrical repair kit. We'll fix our NVGs. There we go. So where do we leave off? There's a box of painkillers. I should take those. The boxes are good money. The boxes and the bottles are really good money. The other ones can stay. There's another bottle. Actually, the next antibiotic that I see that's a blister, I'm going to take it and eat it so we can continue our health regen nice and quickly. I want to keep the painkillers and antibiotics in my system. 600 amp fuse, 600 amp fuse, and another screwdriver. Which did we get it? No, we did not. We're full. Okay. So here's where you start figuring out what you want to keep and what you want to take. Okay. Now I could start dropping some of these gas grenades, but I'm just going to take these antibiotics to keep my health up. I am overweight, mostly because of this toolbox. I could go through and fix my suppressors and my armor and stuff like that, and then drop the rest of this on the ground. You know, this suppressor can be fixed. And actually, let's just go ahead and ditch this suppressor and put this on here. That way we got an extra space. We also can fix up our scissors with the toolbox. What else can we fix? We can fix our bow with the toolbox. And then we'll just leave the rest of this here. It's gonna, we're still overweight, but we'll be okay. Since we are overweight, what I am going to do is prioritize heavy stuff, like this weapons cleaning kit, into my backpack. Let's see, what else do we have that's heavy? Nothing really. The lock, it's half a kilo. Put that up there. The rest of the stuff is pretty light. So I want to prioritize the heavy stuff in my backpack, and then I'm going to set my backpack on the hotkey, which I already have. That way I can drop it if I got to run. So like, since I'm getting ready to deal with this razor, I'm going to drop my backpack here. That way I can move around a little easier and not have to worry about it. Now, I came in here and I said you can just search and make as much noise as you want. The reason I said that is no matter how much you search and how much noise you make, how many razors you hear drop, only one, maybe two, will be outside this door when you open it. So we're going to open the door and try to get that headshot. There's a headshot back up. Another headshot. Nailed him. He didn't survive. Didn't have a chance. There's another amp fuel. I'm just going to go ahead and drink it. Keep my intelligence going. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to carry this toolbox, and I'm going to grab my backpack. I'm going to go back up to the generator room, check the fuse. Take my time, nice and slow. I'm taking this toolbox so that if I need to repair armor or anything while I'm down here, I can. I don't think I'm going to have to, but just in case I am going to take it. And then this is where you got to start thinking about what you want next, right? So, as you can see, I'm pretty much full. I walked past the first threshold. I got some puppets down here as well. See how far we can make it down this hallway. If whatever I drop is going to make noise, so I need to be careful. So, like I said, I came in here for weapons repair kits. What I have is a lot of good stuff. Screwdrivers, weapon repair kits. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I can make money off of, like these locks and the pain meds that I can make locks off. The batteries I'm going to keep for other adventures. Let's check the fuse. It's about to blow, so we'll go ahead and remove it. We can't blow this one. The 1000 amps we can't blow, so we just got to kind of remove it, or we can let it blow itself. So what I typically do is, once I detach fuse, I'll drag it away. That way we can't use it. Now, these memory modules. As you can see, I have a gray and I have a blue. The gray modules, they need 8 charges on them in order to utilize them. And then the blue ones need 4. There is also a purple and a gold. The gold only needs 1, and then the purple needs 2 charges. And then what you do is, once you charge these up, which I will show you where to charge them, but I'm going to wait until we see if we get a better one. We charge it across the hall over there. Inside that door, you can charge it, and I'll show you that. But once you charge these, you can take these to the doctor at the trader and pay him like $5,000, $6,000, and he'll install it into your BCU. And then that'll give you half of a intelligence. So if I let's say I charge this one up and then take it and pay him to install it, it'll bump me up to, well, I'm at 3 intelligence, but let's just say I'm at 5. It'll bump me up to 5.5 intelligence. So every one of these gives you half of an intelligence. So it takes 2 of these to give you 1. So if I'm at 3, I'll fully charge up 2 of these, take them to the trader, and then it'll give me a whole 1 intelligence. So I'm at 3, it'll take me to 4 if I have 2 of them charged. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so let's go ahead and stick this other, let's just stick an 800 amp in here now, and then we're going to turn on A, B, C, D, E, F, and H. We're not going to go into Brenner's Armory, so we don't need it. We're well over full of the stuff we want. So we're going to creep down again to the other side now, because what I want to do is go back into the other depository. Both sides of this, like I said, that hallway is pretty much exactly the same. You've got Armory Depository on that end, Armory Depository on this end, and then you got Brenner's Armory, which is the good loot for guns and armor. And we'll do that on the next one. I like to let the puppets get a little close to me before I kill them. That way they bring me my arrows. I don't have to go chasing my arrows. Let's see. We're good here. There's lots of stuff to search here. These have, so both of these rooms here, I got H open, so I'll show you. Both of these rooms here have a hazmat locker as well. You've got the easy one in this one and then the hard one in the other one. So you could potentially go ahead and get a radiation chute now, which I might do. If I get another backpack, maybe I'll do that. You got more rooms to check in here for bandages. Like I said, H is pretty much all medical stuff. You can get screwdrivers here. Got another razor. Shoot him in the back. Instant kill. We'll let it calm down here. Searching. There's another amp fuel. I'll probably drink it here in a minute. Keep creeping. More stuff to search here. In that H, there is a, I'm going to go in there and check for Phoenix tiers, which actually, I don't know why I'm not carrying a Phoenix tier. I got 2 of them in the car. I'm going to check for Phoenix tiers in there. There's a medical locker in there you can search. Alright, no razors here. There's another armory. There's another depository. And like I said, you go right down there. There's Brenner's Armory to the right. This takes you just back over to where we were. Pretty much identical on both sides. Got it. First try that time. Awesome. Alright. See what we get. We don't need that. Don't need that. Weapon repair kit. Screwdriver, we want it. Don't care about that. I would like to have the antibiotics, but we're full. I actually do have an oddball spot here. I can put this in here. Toolbox. Another good fuse. Metal detector. More painkillers. Sharpening stone. Alternators. Fuses. Good pain. Good antibiotic jar. Let's see. Let's drop this one. Take this one. MRE. Fuse. There's a gold lock. It's money. It's like 600 bucks. Antibiotics, painkillers. As you can see, you can make a lot of money down here. Yeah, I mean, unless you're playing with people, it's really, I mean, you could spend a whole 8 hours looting the entire bunker and cleaning it out. Probably more than that, because once you get so far into it, you've already used up a bunch of time. You can probably start searching it again. Okay, blue fuse. Dial lock. Another gray module. Another screwdriver. I think we're getting pretty close to being done here. This is the last room. Weapon repair kit, that's what we want. We do not have the space, so let's start prioritizing. We don't need these. Screwdriver. MRE, sewing kit, painkillers, another gray module, 800 amp fuse. What I'm looking for is a gold module or a purple module, because that's what I want to charge. There's another screwdriver. We're gonna have to start leaving stuff. Dial lock. Let's drop the pills. Another 800. Okay, so we did not find the fuse we're looking for. I'm gonna go to the door and let it calm down. Let it calm down. All right, I'm looking for this headshot. Back up. 2 headshots. As you can see, when I got up to him, I opened the door, looked for that headshot, and then as soon as I took that headshot, I backed up that way because I knew he was going to swing, and then I re-advanced with the second headshot. Okay, drink that amp fuel. Let's get out of here. So as you can see, I haven't used the gun at all yet, and we haven't gotten into too much trouble, mostly because I'm just taking my time. Typically, I run around in here and cause a lot more havoc than what's going on, but we're doing pretty well. Obviously, you could bring in a second backpack. I could go do Brenner right now with the amount of screwdrivers that I found, and we're not even done. We could probably get a yellow out on the way out as well. Let's go in here and see if we can get some Phoenix Tears. Phoenix Tear would be a good one to get. We got the screwdrivers, so might as well. Got more health stuff you can get. Might get some bandages in here if we tried. Alright, let's uncraft these. There we go. Actually didn't need to uncraft them. And we got some Phoenix Tears. And I'm gonna go ahead and leave these bobby pins in here. I'm gonna go ahead and drink this. Oh wait. Moment. This is damaged. Drink that. What can we do to take the... We could drink some more amp fuels. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it. Gas grenade. Take my helmet. We'll leave our bobby pins. I would like to take them though, because I don't like making bobby pins. What could I drop? Could realistically drop the gray module. I could drop these as well, since I don't have any things to make anymore. Just drop those. The alcohol is a quest item, but I'd much rather have the bobby pins to open up more lockers. Alright, let's continue creeping out of here. Take a break, make sure we calm down the bunker. And we'll keep going. These lockers here have a good potential of spawning a yellow. Some duct tape, some more bobby pins. There's another screwdriver. Okay, so we did not get a better module, so I am going to put a charge on the best module that I have, which is this blue module, the level 4 mod, 4 charge module. I did say that the doorway to the module charger is across from the generator room, but this right here loops around to it. Let it calm down. Okay, so right here is where we charge our BCU modules. So you just take it, put it in your hand, and upgrade. Now we won't be able to charge this module again for 6 hours and 14 minutes. So we got to basically wait a while before we come back in here. Now, you could bounce around from bunker to bunker, charging them up. And then, like I said, this is directly across from the generator room. You go into the generator room, turn on H, let it calm down a minute. Go to the generator room, turn on H, come right across the hall, and then back around the corner, and that's where you charge your modules at. Okay. So, we are full. We've got lots of screwdrivers. We've got lots of good money. We've got the weapon repair kits, which is what we wanted. That was our main priority, to come down here for weapon cleaning kits. We got 6 of them. So we are in a good position. It's time to go. We've still got the kill box to do, so we need to do that as well. So we'll make it out of here nice and clean, and then we'll come back and do the kill box. That puppet seen us. We're gonna come to the top of the stairs and wait for him. Yeah, he's decided not to come, I guess. Alright, he's chilled back out. We'll keep going. There's that armor. I would like to have that bulletproof vest, because it's a lot better than my improvised armor. Okay. Let's turn on A, C, and D. This is going to give us access to leave. And I do have 2 more depositories I could have checked for a better module, but we got this blue one to charge up now. If we don't find one in our path here and there, then we're not going to worry about it. Let it calm down. Grab our arrow. You got lots of stuff you can search here. All kinds of stuff. There's another backpack. We could start carrying more stuff out if we really wanted to. Of course, we found a couple on the way down as well. Alright, we're looking good. Nice, clean, smooth exit. That's what we want. Check down that hallway, make sure there's no puppets down there. Chill out a minute, let it calm down. Grab my arrows. Now, we did fail the alarm quite a few times, so we have to be careful up here. I never did hear a dropship, but it doesn't mean that one didn't come and drop a mech off and then leave. So we need to be careful on our way up here. Okay. Daylight. Lay down and get some stamina here. Especially since I'm overweight. Being that I'm overweight, it's gonna be it'll be real tough to get by the mech if he is out here. I don't hear him. Okay. Let's see if he's up here. Go to third person. Nah, he's not up here. One didn't come out. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave then. Just like that. We scored big. We scored big. We got our weapon repair kits, which is what we really wanted. So, obviously, I could be a loot goblin and just continue running this bunker over and over and over and over because it is open. But the thing is I came in here for a specific purpose, which is the weapon cleaning kits, and that's what I got. And that's kind of what I want to show you guys, that there is points of the map where you can go to get specific things. Not everything, like ammo. Ammo is a hard one. I think ammo is probably one of the hardest things to like pinpoint where to get things. But you can come to specific points of the maps and grab specific items. And that's what I wanted to show there. I'm going to put this module here. I'm just going to drop all this stuff on the ground. I'm going to keep that 800 amp. Oh, I'm going to keep the shotgun shells too. Oh, no, those are mine. Keep those. And actually, I'll carry that as well. We'll drop one of these. Drop the screwdriver. But I want to show you guys that you can come into these places for specific things. You know, if you're looking for something specific, go find that specific thing and then memorize where you found it at. That's one of the reasons why I have such an easy time with the game. You know, I know exactly where to find specific stuff. I'm going to keep our Phoenix tiers. It's something I should have had on maybe to begin with. I am going to keep this 800 amp fuse, and I'll show you why. I am going to see how much time is left on our blue card. It has expired, so we don't need it anymore. Throw this stuff in here. Actually, let me grab these. Let me not throw the screwdrivers in there. Put the screwdrivers in a bag. Put the fuses in there. Threw that screwdriver in there anyway. Found a hefty amount of screwdrivers, man. That was a really good haul. Really good haul. Throw these back on the ground here. It's probably the most screwdrivers I ever found. I don't know what's going on with the default settings, but this is like by far the best loot I have ever found inside of a SCUM while while operating. So I don't know if default settings is just where it's at now or what, but it sure is good. I'll say that. Let's see, do we have any 2 uses in here I need to get rid of? No, everything looks like a 3. Looks like I need to upgrade a bag because we're going to be out of space here in a minute. I'm going to take this 40. Actually, we have a 40 in the bag already. Do I have another bag I can use? I do. Okay, let's do that. Screwdrivers aren't going where I want them. Going all over the place. Going back to where I pulled them out of my inventory. All right, let's put these here. Put these here. Actually, let's save the 40s because they're a better spot. We have. Let's take this one. Put that in there. Let's take these. And then we have another 40 right here. Put down here. Beautiful, beautiful. We'll throw this bag down here now. All right. So we need screwdrivers, which we have. Check. We need picks, which I am going to go ahead and use the crappy ones first. So that's these, and these. And let's see, did I put some in here? No, it doesn't look like it. Look good there. Let's put these back down here. Oh, wrong thing. And I'm gonna actually make a couple more bobbies. I should only need 1 stack. I need 3 gloves. Or 4. Let's take 4 gloves. You know what? Let's take 5 gloves. Okay. We've got Phoenix tiers. Now, here's the next thing. Okay. I could cheat this kill box and use the puppet suit. That will make sure that I don't get bothered while I'm in there. So, you know, if you got the chance to get the cursed puppet suit, use it. It's going to be very, 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 very good while being in a kill box. But I'm here to teach you guys how to do a kill box without the cursed puppet suit. So we're not going to use it. I'm going to go ahead and craft these bobbies, finish checking what we got, and then we're going to go back in. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. We have our screwdrivers and stuff. We don't need all these bobbies, to be honest. We'll take 20 of them. We should have more than 20 uses here. I definitely have more than that, actually, because we should have way more than we need, to be honest. But we've got our cutters, we've got our screwdrivers, our picks, and our gloves, which is what we need. We do not need this card anymore. We got the bandages. We should be good there. I'm going to go ahead and stick all of these down here. Stick these down here as well. And then we'll save that in case we need it. I should use these first before I use these ones, though, to be honest, because these are all good, and I believe these are just 1 use. But we'll see what happens. We'll use them all. All right, we've got our green key card. We've got a fuse. We need to find another blue card when we go in. And yeah, we should be good here. Do I have another pack of bandages? I do not. Okay. Yeah, we'll be all right. Let's go. Okay, so the one fuse that we had that we didn't turn off should be blown by now. So we have 1-800 fuse to get back in here, and then we have we can get the key card. Now, we could we get, I think it was 16 minutes. We get 16 minutes out of this fuse, but it's at 85%, so let's just call it 15 minutes, 14 minutes. I could pop this fuse in, run down and do the kill box, and then leave in the same amount of time that this fuse will be on. Because even if we do the kill box, regardless how we do it, if we do the kill box perfect and take our time, we're going to be 15 minutes in the kill box total. Or, well, we're going to be less than that, because at 5 minutes we need to leave. I did not bring a gas mask because I typically don't need one. But at 5 minute mark in the kill box, there's gas that comes and it'll kill you if you don't leave. So we either need to be done in 10 minutes or we need to be out. But the problem is, if we fail the door code, the door hack, the lock cutting the wires, then we limit our time in there. Here's a key card. We limit our time in there because every time we fail, it takes 1 minute off the clock. So we got to be careful of that. But I should be okay. So if you're going to plan on doing it, make sure to bring you a gas mask. It's going to be super beneficial for you. I'm going to go ahead and install this 800 fuse, A, B, and C. I do have our key card. Make sure you grab your key card because I have been locked behind these doors before. And then you'll have to manually get your way out. Let's see, we still got our boost going, and our stealth is almost at 50%, so we're doing quite well. All this is still pretty much cleared out. No puppets spawned in now. Usually they spawn back in. As you can see, I just stopped to take my time and let the bunker calm down. I'm gonna shut the fuses off. Now here's the thing. If you trigger Brenner by shooting or anything like that, you need to make sure you have an exit plan, right? So if you're shooting and Brenner comes up and does all this stuff, then you'll have to have an exit plan. As of right now, your options are to either go to the fuse box and do your best to power on the fuse and then leave onto whichever fuses you power, or you run downstairs to the generator room, which we opened, or the bathroom that was beside the generator room on the second floor. That way you can go in there, let Brenner reset. You'll have to deal with razors and stuff on the way down, but you should be good. Now, being that we have the blue key card, we should be able to open this door back up if we close it. I have personally had this door bugged out, so I don't like closing it, because there was a time where I just could not get out of this place because the door bugged out. I had a key card and everything, and it still would not let me. So let me get behind this guy and get a shot on him here. There we go. Okay. Here's the kill box. Here's the kill box. We let it calm down. And let's see. Just double check. Picks, gloves, screwdrivers, cutters, key card. We are good to go. So let's give it a go. See what we got. Now what I'm going to do is try to open all the doors up by cutting the wires first, and that's going to give me a good judge on how much time I have after that, if I can really slow myself down or speed myself up. And then I'm not going to worry about I'm probably going to get the gold lock on here just to show you guys about building C4 and stuff like that. But you really don't need the gold lock because the only thing that's typically behind it is C4 components. And if you go in and get the C4 components, basically the only thing is is a quest and for raiding. So it's kind of whatever you want to do. Personally, the C4 components are not of any use in sandbox mode, but you know, if you want to go for it, just to go for it, then you go for it. But we will save the gold lock for last. We'll do everything else. So let's go on in.
Hello, dear contestants, and welcome to the Kill Box. If you're wondering why that's the name of the show, well, I'm sure you'll find out. Here are the rules. You've got 15 minutes to show us how skillful you are. Otherwise, the whole world will find out how your corpse looks like.
Okay, so we failed. That took a minute off the clock. There's basic demolition. All right, now that's all the doors. We got 13 minutes. Well, we've got 8 minutes to hack to unlock these doors now. The single locks have zappers on them, which is why we need the rubber gloves. Here's the gold lock. We'll save it for last. Silver lock. There's that one. And I'm just gonna go ahead and try to open up as many locks as possible before I loot. Double lock. This double lock does not have a zapper on it. You don't need gloves. There we go. We'll leave it open. That's all the locks off of it. Single lock. Need gloves.
I want to remind everyone
Okay.
that the new Killbox memorabilia
She's talking, so that's going to be the first set of puppets that drop.
Order yours now. They say the more the merrier. So let's make it a party.
There we go. Collect our arrows. That should be all of them. Go back to lockpicking. This one. Gotta watch your gloves because they are getting destroyed while we do this. Okay, let's see what our gloves are doing. 28%, we're still good. There we go. Alright. I still got one more door to search, but I just wanted to come in and see what we got. We can stick the bayonet on here. I'm gonna take the gun. I'm gonna leave the armor and stuff. All the rest of that stuff is trash. We don't need it. We could take the boots. Actually, I think I will take the boots. They're a better boot. Throw these on the ground. And then we still have this stuff to search as well. Right here. There's a bow. We don't need that. I don't like that bow. Some gunpowder. Okay. Let's finish unlocking stuff. We should get another set of puppets here in a second though. Okay. This one's open. Let's see how much time we have. We got 5 minutes, so we got plenty of time. We got plenty of time.
The kill box is
Here comes
brought
the
to you
next set of
by the
puppets.
Tech One Corporation. It's getting a bit boring. Here, have a bit of entertainment.
There should be another one here somewhere. Could turn my NVGs off. It's kind of hit and miss on if you can see in here. Got these to search. There's a pair of NVGs. There's a holster. Box of 9mm. Some more ammo. Let's see what we got in here. There's an MP5 kit. There we go. Alright, search these. It's an AK suppressor. AK mag. Good finds. Alright, we got these to search. We got this door to search. AWP mag, we don't need that. Flare, we don't need that. There's an AK kit. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this on here. Grab the rest of that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and stick this AK by the door. What else we got? This is the gold lock. We'll search that in a minute. Got ammo. More ammo. So these are quest items here. I'll definitely take that. We don't need that ammo. There's a SF-19. What else we got in here? Okay, here comes the next set of puppets.
With improved acoustics and blood drainage. It's getting a bit boring. Here, have a bit of entertainment.
Okay, no big deal. See what we got in here. Grenade launcher. That's a good find. Okay, I'm gonna stick this out here by the door. And we got the gold lock left. We can search in here, see what we get. Nothing special. Let's see what the gold lock can give us. I don't have the best thievery to be trying this. I've got basic thievery still. So, this is going to be a little hard. Okay, and it hurt us on that last one. So that means our gloves are broken. If I was on a multiplayer server, I would save these gloves. But since I'm not on a multiplayer server, PvP server, I'm not going to save them. I'm going to try one more time with these here. And then we're done.
Prisoner safety is a
Here comes the next set of
standard
puppets.
deeply in Tech 1. They say the more the merrier. So let's
And we
take
got
it
5
apart.
minutes anyway, so it's time to go. Okay, we got 40-something seconds left, 30 seconds left. Let's make some room. Put the grenade launcher in here, put this on our back. I'm gonna let it calm down just a second. We got 14 seconds. Here's the button to leave.
30 seconds left.
Okay, no razors. Good.
At
I'm
this
just gonna sit
point,
here and
you
let it
can
calm
either
down a
get
minute.
out or become part of the decor. Our lasers tend to do that. 10 seconds mark.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Took care of him. He gave us another good amp fuel as well. And the door's bugged out. So now we can just take our time and get out of here. We've got we did pretty good other than the gold lock, which we left our other couple little picks in there, which they were only single use, so they weren't that big a deal. Other than the gold lock, we did very well. So we've got an AK-15, we've got the Car 98, which is a quest item, we got the grenade launcher, which we probably won't use, to be honest, and then we got the MP5K. So all very good stuff for a sandbox mode. I mean, the grenade launcher round and the AK-15 is great for PvP. Swap my gloves back out. Turn the fuse on, and we're getting out of here now. So. Let it calm down a little bit. So as you can see, you can control the madness that could happen in here. Obviously, the first time you come into one of these bunkers, it's not going to be this easy. It's not going to look this easy. There's a lot of things that I did that come second nature to me now because I've done so many of these, and the only way you're going to be able to develop it is just by doing it. But you can take your time. You can open the first two doors, come in. You've got plenty of things to search without going very far. You know, leave the doors open. Give yourself a way to run out. Because once you get to the top of this, the razors and Brenner will not chase you outside of the door. So, you know, leave yourself an exit, and then just keep going in and coming out as much as you feel comfortable. Don't rush yourself. Don't think that you have to go down to Brenner the first try. You know, come down here, start listening to the bunker, figuring out how things work, how the noise works, you know, what you can and can't do, and then just slowly push yourself deeper and deeper into the bunker until you get where you want to go. You know, you don't have to put a bunch of effort into trying to go all the way in one go. You know. Same thing with kill boxes. You know, if you can come in and see how far you can push the kill box, and just take your time and don't worry about anything else but the kill box, because if you don't set off any of the alarms, which is the doors, you know, which is the depositories and the armories and stuff like that, if you don't set off any of the alarms, you won't trigger any razors that are actively trying to kill you. They'll all just be kind of chilling in there sleeping. So then you can go in and just take your time and get to the kill box. And then the only thing is once you are almost done with the kill box, you need to wait to wait for a minute out before you open the door, because I don't know if you heard, but there was some razors that were dropping while we were in the kill box. And what I was doing when I got to the end is I waited a few minutes just to make sure that they didn't wait outside of the door when we were done. And because they'll kind of wander off if they can't hear you. If they can hear you, then they'll kind of just chill out and wait for you. But if not, then they'll just wander off and go their own way. So you gotta just take your time. It wasn't bad. We got 9 uses left on the screwdriver there. And we'll put these in here as well. I'll just go ahead and, like I said, I need to throw these down here. Kind of be a little organized, Mike. Our 1 key card is gone now. We did fairly well. I mean, we got what we wanted today. Obviously, you can go in and you can run these bunkers a lot quicker. There's a lot more you could do. This is a small batch compared to what I usually do inside of a bunker, especially if I have John or somebody with me. So this is pretty small. Let's go ahead and eat some meat and get some bread in us. Got to take this helmet off. And I mean, the biggest things, like, we really didn't even need the armor. The way everything played out with the good arrows and the bow, we really didn't even need the armor that much. I mean, we did fairly well without anything special. I mean, obviously we had it, but we didn't utilize it. Like, we didn't even repair the armor or the helmet one time. So it was a really good run, really smooth, really nothing happened, nice and calm. And yeah, we came and got what we wanted. We wanted these weapon cleaning kits, and that's what we got. We got a lot of other things we can sell. You know, these painkillers and the antibiotics, these locks. There's at least another 10 grand worth of stuff here. The BCU lock is about, it's at 70%. It's about $1,500. So it's, you know, there's some good money here. Some good money here. We did very well. We did very well. Go ahead and drink this tea as well. Okay, so we have a D0 key card, which we will save that for next time. That's another kill box. But we do have a C1 key card, which is a secret bunker. So I think we will drive up and do the C1 bunker. That's not far from base anyway. You know, we're based right here. C1 bunker is right here. So we'll drive up there and do that. We're only like 3 sectors away, so no big deal. We'll do that, and then we'll head back to base. Actually, I'm going to change directions here a little bit. I'm going to get this quad home, because I got the refrigerator in there. We still need to get. So let's go ahead and worry about getting this quad back. Let's see. Get crouched down here so I can see the battery. Should be right there. Remove battery. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up on this hill up here. I'm going to turn around like so. And we're going to take the battery from the quad and put it in the Rager, and then basically swap batteries. Install. Close. Because you can't push the quad. It can only kind of glide. So what we're going to do here is basically the battery's dead. We're going to use the Rager to jumpstart the battery. Like that. Okay, so the Rager will charge this battery, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up here which it doesn't really matter. I could just drive this one back to base now, but I'm gonna hold Shift and F, and we're gonna get out of the vehicle without shutting it off. So it'll sit there and charge the battery. And then this battery can be put inside the quad. Install battery. Now I can drive this back to base on 3 wheels. So I'll leave the Rager to sit there and charge for a minute. There we go. As you can see, it's not very good on 3 wheels, but we'll get there. Parker right there. We'll go get our Rager. So I figured it'd be more beneficial to show you guys that, being that we've already done a secret bunker. We've done several secret bunkers by now. I figured it'd be more beneficial to show you guys how to jumpstart a vehicle when it's dead. The quad you can do as well. You just got to get it to the hill and do it that way. But I figured since we were going to go up to D0 on the next run anyways for a kill box, it'd be more beneficial to jumpstart that vehicle, get it here, and then we can go through all of our stuff and work up a big box to sell now that we have all of our weapon cleaning kits from the abandoned bunker. So I'll go through and kind of gather up all the stuff to get rid of and what we need to consolidate and see what we need to do there. And on the next episode, we'll basically go up and utilize the D0 and C1 key cards, and we'll do D0 bunker as well. We'll clear it out, and we'll hit the C2 trader and get some quests done, and keep going from there. Let's check on our garden real quick though. See what it's looking like here. I see some weeds. Still says seeding, which we don't have any fertilizer yet. We still need to get, I forgot to get some, but we could pull these weeds. Pulling these weeds will get you some XP as well. If you have a garden hoe, you can do this a lot quicker. I think I have one somewhere, but you can just pull these weeds. It's not no big deal. But anyways, guys, I'm going to call this episode 5. That's going to be the end of it. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good success. The bunker is not as hard as you think it is, as long as you're just taking your time and paying attention to what you got going on. Just take your time. That's the big thing. And then don't go all the way in. Don't plan to go to Brenner's Armory. Just take baby steps. Go up there and plan to basically clear the first floor, clear the second floor, and then as you get more and more comfortable, then work your way down deeper and deeper into the bunkers and go from there. Like as of right now, we're pretty much, we're pretty much in game. In game is basically where you want it to be. So, we've established a little base, we've done food, we've established gear, we've been to a normal bunker, been to a abandoned bunker, we've done every type of bunker now. We've done the kill box. The only thing is left is going into Brenner's Armory, killing a mech, and yeah, just keep leveling up your base and see what happens. Obviously it's not always going to go as smooth as it is for me. You got to realize that I've got a lot of time and a lot of hours invested into into learning this stuff and how to be efficient with it, and how to manipulate the game into my favor and stuff like that. So, don't get discouraged if it's not going as easily as you see it going for me or anybody else. Take your time. It's going to take time to learn, and then you've got a lot of exploring to do. I mean, each sector. I mean, you could literally spend a 12-hour day or 20-hour day in each sector, just going to every single POI and exploring and figuring out different things. So, there's lots and lots of things for you to go and do. Um, I think what's going to happen is we still have to collect all the vehicles, which we know there's a cruiser and a dirt bike within these two towns here by us. The cruiser is in the big town, the dirt bike is here, and then I'm sure if we spread out a little bit more, we'll find the Leica and the Volkswagen as well, and we'll get those, and then we'll continue trying to get the rest of our guns, and we'll kill a mech, and we'll do some other stuff like that. And I know D4 has been requested, so we can do D4 airfield and a couple things, and then at some point we'll restart and start another character. We are maybe we'll get our intelligence up. We could run around and do that pretty easily. You could level up a couple intelligence modules in a day pretty easily. But yeah, we'll keep going, and I'll keep trying to give some more tips and tricks of anything that I can. If you got any questions about anything, make sure to leave it in the comments. And once again, everybody, I'm super grateful for everybody watching these videos. I'm really appreciate everybody hanging out, and a lot of people seem to be enjoying them. So I appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying it. I'll be in live streams here. Come ask some questions there too if you want. And yeah, we'll continue having fun. Hope you guys have a good one wherever you are. Be safe, everybody. I'm out.